Salt Bay's situation just got worse. What, $18,000 for a single dinner while employees freeze in an unheated kitchen? Serving stock Sal B's golden empire is crumbling faster than the gold leaf on his overpriced tomahawk, with 3 New York restaurants shuttered in the past year alone, and profits plummeting 48% in London as days pass. Do you remember that viral sensation from 2017? The chef who made sprinkling salt look like an Olympic sport? That's Nusret Gökçe, better known as Salt Bay. His dramatic salt sprinkling gesture turned him into an internet celebrity overnight and spawned a restaurant empire that attracted celebrities and influencers worldwide. But now, that empire is crumbling faster than the gold leaf on his overpriced steaks. Just this January, while most people were feeling the squeeze of inflation, Salt Bay decided to flaunt his excess on Instagram. A single dinner bill in Dubai totaling $398 out $375, 3 gold-covered steaks at $1,388 each, a golden giant tomahawk for $1,361, 2 bottles of wine costing $53,900, and get this, a tip of $4,500. That's more than many people make in a year. The public response was swift and brutal. This could feed 100,000 hungry children, one user pointed out. But this tone-deaf display of wealth was just the beginning of Salt Bay's downfall. His London restaurant, once the crown jewel of his European operations, saw profits nosedive from $3.3 million to $1.7 million in 2023. Sales down by 31%. New York wasn't any kinder. By early 2024, Salt Bay had to shut down his meatpacking district location, the second New York closure in less than a year. But here's where it gets truly absurd. His London restaurant, which charges up to $630 for a single steak, was caught turning off the heating to cut costs. Imagine paying the price of a small television for dinner while shivering in your seat. But the real horror story? It's happening behind those gold-leafed kitchen doors. Former employees describe it as the Hunger Games of cooking. 9 former staff members from 6 different restaurants painted a picture that would make Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares look like a cooking show for kids. The discrimination was rampant. Latino workers were mockingly called Spanish. Non-Turkish employees faced harsher punishments for the same mistakes their Turkish colleagues made. Female staff members, unless they were Turkish, were forced to ditch their professional uniforms for short skirts and revealing tops. One bartender, Elizabeth Cruz, was fired just 2 weeks into her job for requesting to wear the standard uniform. Tips mysteriously vanished. Overtime went unpaid. Those who dared to question these practices, they suddenly found themselves unemployed. The situation got so bad that Salt Bay had to shell out $230,000 in settlements to former employees who accused him of skimming their tips. But perhaps Salt Bay's most infamous moment came during the 2022 FIFA World Cup final. What should have been Argentina's moment of glory turned into the Salt Bay show. He somehow got onto the field, repeatedly grabbed Lionel Messi's arm, and in a move that shocked the football world, kissed the World Cup trophy, a privilege reserved only for winners and heads of state. FIFA was furious. Their president publicly unfollowed Salt Bay on Instagram, a modern-day equivalent of social excommunication. His response to the backlash: 2 billion people watch the World Cup. How many people are speaking about me? 5 billion. This delusional response perfectly captures why his star is falling. He can't tell the difference between fame and infamy. The numbers tell the story. His Instagram growth has plunged by 70%. His London restaurant ranks an embarrassing 4.5 out of 17,000 restaurants. In Greece, daily bookings have dropped from 600 to barely 200. Those famous gold-crusted steaks, their prices have been slashed. The golden giant strip loin dropping from $1,350 to $750. Yet somehow, Salt Bay seems blind to his empire's collapse. In early 2024, he announced plans for a new $100 million complex in Dubai with 4 restaurants and 51 apartments. But industry experts are skeptical. With 3 high-profile New York closures plummeting profits in London and TripAdvisor ratings so low they place his restaurants in the bottom 4% globally, this expansion feels like a desperate last grab at relevance. Recent reviews paint a picture of a dying brand. Had to sell my kidney to pay the bill. Worst dining experience ever. Freezing cold restaurant, burning hot prices. The man who turned salt into gold now watches as his empire turns back to dust. His signature sprinkle, once mesmerizing to millions, now seems like a relic of a bygone era when style could triumph over substance and a viral moment could build an empire. But as Salt Bae is learning the hard way, it takes more than a sprinkle of salt to keep an empire from crumbling.